Hello and welcome to Sports Story, your favorite program, your favorite sports program that focuses on football analysis, discussion, transfer windows, injury news, Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, the La Liga, anything sports, anything football. That's what we focus on. You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. It's Sports Toriy, SPORTS TORIY, Sports Toriy. On this segment, we'll be looking at the UEFA Champions League playoff draw that came up earlier today. It was a battle. It is a battle of the round of 16, but 8 teams automatically qualified for the round of 16. Now we are awaiting another 8 teams, so 16 teams are going to battle it out among themselves. Let's with me here in the studio is
Ndubisi Chinedu, aka ND.
Indubusi Chinedu, aka ND, my number one Chelsea fan. Though I love his analysis, is not biased, is fair, to be honest. Is a football fan that is a football analyst that is fair in his analysis. Let's look at the sports, the draws for this week. Earlier today, the UEFA Champions League released their draw, and there were some fixtures that we are not expecting, but we saw it. First on the list was Real Madrid Benfica. You see, during the last phase of the Champions League qualifier, the group phase, Benfica defeated Real Madrid by 4 goals to 2. You remember that last goal by the goalkeeper? Yes. Somebody was joking that Ateta should not see this goalkeeper because he might decide to sign this goalkeeper because for set piece, that's on the lighter note though. But Real Madrid Benfica, the last time Real Madrid failed to qualify for the round of 16. Do you know what year was that? It was 1962-1963 season. That was a very long time ago. Then it was the European Cup, and that was the last time Real Madrid failed to qualify for the round of 16. So history they have this history behind them that no matter how blink the groupings are, they will still find their way to qualify. So, what are your expectations between Real Madrid and Benfica?
Okay, thank you very much. I want to really say that's fixture. When I saw the draw, I was really happy because they have a score to finish.
Yes, unfinished.
They have a score to settle. Because from the history, you said it was 1962, right?
Yeah.
But let me bring you back to say that is why I said the league phase this league phase strategy is a very, very good thing that UEFA has tried to make the game evolve. We see the likes of Napoli even being eliminated by Chelsea, some other teams that on a regular general groupings, they tend to qualify. But this pattern, everybody gets to meet at least 2 tough teams in the group stage, minimum of 2 tough teams. So almost everybody is bringing in their A game. Then for Benfica, I see them trying to replicate what they did, but on the business part of it, UEFA would prefer Real Madrid to proceed. But
I won't take that from you. I won't take that
on the business part.
Are you saying that football is not fair?
It's not
in terms of the officiating, because now you're saying from the business angle of it, UEFA will want to. So is UEFA a determining factor in this game?
We know this. If it was a one-off, I would say it would be neutral, just one game, and if you are defeated, you are gone. But now it's something like home and away. Benfica being the lowest seeded team, they get to play at home first. Whatever results they get, Real Madrid will tend to be more prepared going back to Bernabeu. I don't know whether you understand me. So that is why you see, even in the round of 16, the top 8 teams, they tend to play away first. That is the advantage of being a high-ranking side. But Benfica and a certain Jose Mourinho would want to cause an early upset. And I won't be surprised if they will be able to pull it off. They have the confidence knowing that we beat these people when it matters. Now it even matters more. We can do it again. So that's what I think will happen.
So, in your opinion, Benfica will see the light of the day?
They should. At home, I don't know what happened away. We saw. Yes, I know.
Who do you think will qualify both legs?
Out of everything, Madrid might edge, or it might even go down to a penalty shootout.
That's a nice one. Now, let's look at PSG Monaco, the French battle. What are you saying in that game?
Oh no! Currently, Monaco is not the Monaco we used to know. They are not in form currently. If they were to be informed, anything can happen between now and the kickoff date, which I think is February 17th or thereabouts. So anything can happen. They can pick form between that 2 weeks period, but I see PSG coming out on top.
PSG coming on top. Now let's look at Dortmund Atalanta.
I give it to Dortmund. Atalanta is not the Atalanta that started this season, and it's not the Atalanta that we know from the Europa, the Ademola Lookman Atalanta. He's not even there anymore. He's been transferred.
He's contemplating a transfer to Galatasaray.
No,
Fenerbahce. Sorry,
so,
Fenerbahce.
Yes. So the Atalanta we used to know is not the particular one that is going to face Dortmund. So if I were to be Dortmund, I'll take the team to them. Dortmund has a way of scoring goals. Atalanta cannot score goals currently. They were not as informed as they used to be. Yes, so I give it to Dortmund.
Now let's look at Olympiacos Leverkusen, Bayern Leverkusen. Recently, Bayern Leverkusen have not been the Bayern Leverkusen we know, but at least they're trying. But how do you see Olympiacos defeating them?
In European football, in recent years, you don't write off a Greek team. They are this set of club, this group of people that they are not scared. They play like a certain Leeds in England. They take the game to you completely.
They are not scared to
Yes. So that's what happens. They are not scared to concede, so they attack you anytime, any day. So they might surprise us and edge Bayern Leverkusen because they have not been informed.
Do you see Newcastle edging out Quarabag?
For me, as a Newcastle coach, if I were to be a Newcastle coach, I will take Newcastle as though I'm playing Man City, Arsenal at the same time. Karabakh has shown us that they are not an easy nut to crack. They have shown over and over, just like the other club too, Bodo Glimt, two stubborn teams.
But Liverpool defeated Quarabag 6-0.
That is Liverpool. See, Karabakh, they are playing away. Playing them in Azerbaijan is very difficult. So if Newcastle gets a good result in Karabakh, that is Azerbaijan, they can scale through. Yes.
That's a nice one. Let's look at Galatasaray and Juventus. Juventus will be visiting Galatasaray first. So what are you expecting in that game?
That's a tough one. Seriously, I don't know who will come out on top. If it's in terms of quality players, Galatasaray has it, but the kind of league they play cannot be compared to that of an Italian league. So history might come to play in terms of Juventus edging out, but overall performance, I think Gala should come out on top.
Well, are you not seeing a kind of Osimhen, Icardi that have this experience of the Italian league, then understand how Italian teams defend?
Yes.
Are you seeing that as an added advantage to Galatasaray?
Yeah, definitely it should be an added advantage. But these people you mentioned, they've left for a couple of years now, and the Italian league over time is no longer a 1 or 2 horse race. We saw many different winners of the league in the past few. So the league is becoming more competitive than it used to be. But Galatasaray currently they have a good number of players that can bring the game to anybody. But in this particular Champions League, they've not been the best. They lost certain games that they were not supposed to lose, like the one against Union St. Gallios and one other game like that. Yeah, just like in our preview about their game with Man City, I told you Man City they were going to beat them hands down, and we saw that. So if Juventus brings their A game, they are going to defeat Galatasaray.
If Juventus bring their A game, they are going to defeat them. Now let's look at Bodo Glimt and Inter Milan. You know, Inter Milan, one would expect that a finalist of the last edition should qualify, but see them in the playoff, Though there are so many upsets in this playoff. I never expected Real Madrid to go to the playoff because the match, prior to that match, they were sitting comfortably third. Just a draw will have earned them a spot in the playoff, but football is football. The game is the game. So Bodo Glimt and Inter Milan, what are you expecting?
Okay, since it's a two-leg game, Inter Milan will come out on top. But let me remind you, the last Champions League finalists, they are both playing playoffs.
Yeah.
They are both, and if you can remember in our last preview, I told you a certain Newcastle and PSG can drop. Mathematically, it didn't seem so, but I did some of my research and I saw that a draw is very dangerous for them, and they went down. I said even as high as Real Madrid, they can drop, and we saw that. So we as in football is the best game. Who would have thought that a certain Benfica will make Madrid not to qualify automatically?
Do you know what surprised me most on that game? You see, the way they were hunting for that goal, for the fourth goal, it was a surprise. The goalkeeper need to join the team to set up the team for the last set piece. And we saw a Marcel sitting 24th, now drop down, and just a goal. That's why football is so interesting.
No, seriously, their keeper pulled Alisson Becker's kind of qualification that he did for Liverpool a couple of years ago, where they needed just that goal.
Yes.
And Alisson pulled them to that. And I think it was the highlight of the game. We all thought it was going to be a certain Napoli-Chelsea, but at the end of the day, Benfica's game versus Real Madrid became the highlight of the game. No, it was really wonderful.
Now let's look at Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid.
Although Atletico Madrid they messed up against Bodo Glimt, to be honest. They had all it takes to be in the top 8. Even when they were winning before they equalized them at halftime, that is Bodo Glimt, they were sitting comfortably at 7th on the live table. Then all of a sudden we saw another surprise of a Bodo Glimt coming to draw in the first half, coming into the second half, and they beat Atletico. But overall, Atletico Madrid's kind of game is not to be compared with that of Club Brugge. Yes, they pulled a sting, they pulled a surprise against Marcel to get into this playoff, but I don't see them coming out on top against a certain star-studded Atletico Madrid.
Against a star-studded Atletico Madrid. So